It seems as if everyone's a Christian now. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I hope you are well. If you are new to my channel, please make sure you go ahead and give this video a big like and subscribe so you don't miss the next time I post. I don't know if you guys have been on TikTok like I've been on TikTok and what your For You page look like. But lately, my For You page has been flooded with a lot of Christian content creators. And I really want to talk about what is going on here. Like I said, TikTok has been flooded with so many people, especially on my For You page. Maybe it's the algorithm. Maybe the algorithm knows what's going on in my life, or maybe we just have a lot of people, especially in the younger generation, coming to Christ or being very loud and proud that they are a Christian. And you know what? I am so here for it. Like, I couldn't be more here for it. But I just want us to like pump the brakes a little bit and just talk about why and like what may be causing this shift. So I have three theories. So my theories are, it could be that these people, especially the younger generation, are finally having their own experiences and their own encounter with God, which is one of the main ways a lot of people do come to Christ, come to believe in God, and just accept the faith. My second theory is just the state of the world. If you look at what's going on in the world, it really would make a lot of people want to cling to a belief system, and that is exactly what I feel like is going on with some people. And then third is just, your family. Like, a lot of people do have family members who are very devout Christians or has always been in the church and are just very loud and proud of their faith. So maybe they're finally opening themselves up to that. But I want to dive into each of these topics a little bit more in depth. I think it's very funny that anytime there is anything tragic going on a global scale, you always hear religion being brought up. People are always questioning, why would a God that is so loving, that is so great, allow these things to happen? Why would you want to believe in a system where your God is allowing people to die, allowing genocide to happen? And as crazy as it seems, there's a reason for a lot of things. And I'm not really going to speak on that, but I feel like right now, a lot of people are seeing what is going on in the world, how countries are being like torn apart, like there are genocides happening right now. And that is causing some people to move away from the faith, away from a belief system. And it's actually drawing some people closer because it's scary. And like, the fear that you can feel the wrath of God, that you are experiencing the wrath of God, it can cause you to want to be in Christ. It can cause you to believe in a religion, whatever it may be. I personally am Christian, so that's what I'm going to talk about. I cannot speak on any other faith because that is not my belief system. But I feel like with everything going on in the world, I have been more steadfast in my faith, more steadfast in praying for those who are experiencing these tragedies, and just being very thankful and having a heart of gratitude that I'm not. But I understand I can never fully comprehend what these people in these countries are experiencing, war and terror are experiencing. I will never understand that, and I hope that I would never have to, right? So I feel like when you also have that mentality, it's going to help you draw closer to God and want you to have an actual relationship with a God who is caring, who is loving, and who can help prevent this from happening. So I think people are seeing what's going on. And if you are a Christian, the Bible does talk about the end times and that you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. There'll be famine, like, and listen, for some people, that in and of itself could be a wake up call. Like, we're seeing these things, we're seeing these signs that have been mentioned in the Bible. So, like, it's time for us to wake up and actually stop being like wishy-washy about our faith and be like steadfast in whatever faith. The second thing, like I mentioned, is people having their own experience with God and encountering God. So like I said, I've had my personal experience, things that I've gone through that God has taken me out of, like things so terrible that I had to pray my way through. And if it was not for God, I don't know if I will be living still. Like, it's that bad. So like, when you go through some stuff in life and there's no way you can explain it other than it couldn't be anyone else but God, and the grace and the mercy of God operating in your life, you are going to draw closer. And I feel like I've been on TikTok and I've heard a lot of people like share their testimonies, as to why they believe. And I feel like that's definitely a strong reason why a lot of people believe in God is they've had their own experiences, whether like directly or like through things their family as a whole have gone through, that's causing them to draw closer and to be more devout as a Christian. And I think that is amazing. Everyone should have their own experience and encounter with God to fully experience him. The trend that was going on TikTok, when I know God, when I knew of God, and versus when I know God, knowing of him, of hearing of other people's experiences and their stories versus experiencing it for yourself. It's so different. It's like someone telling you about an event, right? You hear about it, you're like, oh, that sounds great, whatever. But then when you actually go to like an event like that and you actually experience it firsthand, you're just like, wow, this is amazing. I completely understand why everybody was raving about it. That is what having your own encounter with God is like. When I tell you the joy, the peace that I've had because I know of God for myself. I know God for myself, not because of what someone else is telling me, someone else's testimony, but my own testimony. And maybe one day I'll share it on here if anyone's curious. The third one is your family. Like, if you are Caribbean, and I know a lot of immigrants too, like, you probably are from like a culture where like they are Christian. Like, culturally they identify as Christian, but like sometimes they might not practice it. But I feel like a lot of times when you are in a culture that really does identify as Christian, it does make it a little bit easier because you have like a base knowledge of God again. But if you are interested, if you want to know more, that already little spark, that already little bit of knowledge and faith that you have is going to keep building and building. And over time, because of your family either like praying for you, forcing you to go to church, you would start to actually want to go and become more of a devout Christian for yourself. Like I said, those are just my 3 reasons why I think people are actually coming to the faith and becoming very like vocal about it. I'm here for it no matter the reasons. As someone who also recently decided to be like full force about my faith as well, like it's very refreshing. Like, I'll see like a lot of inspiration things being mentioned, and it also helps me to know like I'm not alone. There's other young people out there who understand how hard it is to be young and to keep the faith, and they're doing it, they're showing up. So I love seeing it. I hope y'all are enjoying it as well, and keep doing what you guys are doing because you guys don't know how much of an impact y'all are making. If you are one of the people out there making those Christian TikToks on YouTube, whatever platform you're on, just keep doing what y'all are doing. And I hope you guys enjoy this conversation, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.